No one knew what that necklace meant to her, until they shattered it. In the middle of the hallway, surrounded by laughter and cruelty, Ava Delgado stood frozen, staring at the broken pieces of the last thing her mother had ever given her. The small heart-shaped pendant now lay scattered across the floor like someone had torn out a piece of her soul. What came next was not what anyone expected, not even Ava herself. Ava had transferred to Ridgepoint High just 2 months ago. Quiet, reserved, and almost invisible to the other students, she kept her head down and her hoodie up. No one knew her story. No one cared to ask. All they saw was a girl who never talked much and carried a worn silver necklace like her life depended on it. What they didn't know was that it actually did. The necklace had belonged to her mother, Ava Delgado, who passed away after a long, painful battle with cancer. Before she died, Elena gave Ava the necklace and told her, "Whenever you feel lost, wear this and remember that I'm always with you." It wasn't just a piece of jewelry, it was a piece of her mom's soul, the only thing Ava had left that felt real. But Ridgepoint High wasn't kind to outsiders. Especially ones like Ava. Her silent strength made her a target. Her quiet confidence was misunderstood as weakness. The ones who couldn't understand her peace tried to shatter it. It was during lunch when the trouble started. Ava was sitting alone, like usual, in the back corner of the cafeteria. She was rereading her mom's old letter tucked into her backpack when 3 students walked by, Lexi, Trent, and Jake. They were popular, loud, and addicted to attention. Lexi had always hated how Ava ignored her, as if her popularity didn't matter. "What's with the creepy old necklace?" Lexi sneered as she passed Ava's table. "Is that from a dead ex-boyfriend or something?" Ava didn't answer. She simply tucked the necklace under her shirt and looked away. Trent, bored and ready to impress Lexi, decided to step in. "Hey, we're just asking a question," he said mockingly, reaching toward her necklace. Ava pulled back, alarmed, but before she could react, Jake grabbed the chain and yanked it hard. Snap. It broke instantly. The pendant fell and bounced once before skidding across the floor. A silence fell. Ava stood slowly, eyes fixed on the shattered charm. Then came the laughter. Cruel. Sharp. Like daggers to her heart. Something inside her cracked, not like the necklace, but deeper. The grief. The loneliness. The memories of nights crying alone, clutching that necklace like a lifeline. The pain she had buried under polite smiles and quiet steps surged forward like a tidal wave. What they didn't know was that Ava had trained in martial arts since she was 6. Her mom had been the one who enrolled her, saying, "A strong body will protect a strong heart." Ava had achieved her black belt at 14. She had never used it for violence. Never used it to hurt. Until now. Before Trent could even react, Ava's foot swept under him in a clean, practiced motion. He crashed to the floor, stunned. Jake lunged at her, but she pivoted, struck him in the gut with a sharp elbow, then twisted his wrist until he screamed and dropped to his knees. Lexi tried to run, but Ava stepped in front of her. She didn't touch her. She didn't need to. Her eyes spoke louder than fists ever could. "Don't. Ever. Touch. Me. Again." By the time the teachers rushed in, Trent was groaning on the floor, Jake was clutching his ribs, and Lexi was pale and speechless. Ava stood there, calm, not a hair out of place, as if she had simply woken up from a long, bitter dream. The school launched an immediate investigation. Surveillance footage confirmed everything. It showed Ava sitting peacefully until she was provoked and physically assaulted. The administration had no choice, Trent and Jake were suspended indefinitely. Lexi was barred from campus events. But Ava wasn't finished. She asked to speak at the school assembly. She walked onto the stage, wearing the same hoodie, the broken necklace hanging from a repaired black string around her neck. The crowd was silent. Even the teachers leaned in. She spoke quietly, but every word landed like thunder. "You broke the only thing I had left of my mom. But you didn't break me." She talked about grief. About being new. About fighting battles people don't see. She didn't ask for sympathy. She offered truth. And slowly, the school began to shift. Students who had never spoken to Ava came up to her. Some apologized. Others shared their own stories of loss, bullying, and silence. She started a self-defense club with the help of her karate instructor. She wasn't just known as that quiet girl anymore. She was known as the girl who stood up, not just for herself, but for everyone who was too scared to. And every time Ava tied her gi for class or looked at her repaired necklace, she could almost hear her mother's voice. A strong body protects a strong heart. But a strong heart, it changes the world. The scars didn't vanish. The grief didn't disappear. But Ava's strength wasn't just physical, it was soul deep. And from that day on, no one ever dared mistake her silence for weakness again.